Hey Hogs, I decided that this is going to be the only video that I do this week, and I don't want to bog you guys down with too many videos of me talking. So I'm just going to do our blocks against Simley for this week for offense. Simley runs a 3-4 like we do. They just blitz less. They do less stunts and movements. They either play base head up like we do. They play base technique, or they slant inside. They do a rib technique, or sometimes, typically on 3rd and long, they go out in a 5 technique. They go out in a 5 technique and then they'll blitz outside. Typically, when it's 3rd and long and they're in 5 techniques, they will bring an inside backer and blitz a backer as well, and stunt the nose in the other gap. But 90% of the time they are in 4 techniques, and they will base you, or they will slant inside. We're going to do block a couple plays a little bit differently this week to try to get an advantage on them and kind of take advantage of them not attacking the B gaps as much. So make sure you pay attention to me going over the plays. So first one I'll talk about is dive here. So if we run dive to the left here, we got a base, we got a chip, we got a base, and working up to the next level, probably to a safety. Here we got a chip and a base. Oh my goodness. And we're working to play side backer. Make sure we're ready to get there. Their linebackers do trigger very fast. So we got to make sure that our chip blocks were able to get off as quickly as possible. Same thing, we got a chip here looking for this linebacker to trigger so we can get off and go block him. So it's dive right, same thing, or dive left, I'm sorry. Same thing, dive right, we got a base, got a chip, got a base, got a chip, got a base. Okay, you guys are working up to this backer. You guys are working up to that backer. We are going to try to run more dive cap this week to try to move the H, create a little misdirection, and a cutback lane for our linebacker, or for our A back. So if we run dive cap, the H is going to say ghost, ghost, ghost. So it's going to be a base, a chip, a base. If we call a dive cap, you can just rip release inside like you would on trap. And then he's going to come back and kick out the 4 technique. So what that'll do is that it'll create a natural cutback lane for the running back, because we're kicking that guy out. Sweep is the same thing. We're going to make sure that we're really good with sweep this week, getting our head across. So we got a scoop, we got a chip, we got a scoop, we got a chip, we got a scoop, and we're going to rip release and try to cut this linebacker off. Okay, if the guy is going up to the 2nd level, we got to make sure that we're going at an angle to cut off linebackers. So if the center can't get this play side backer, it's got to be the tackle that turns back for this linebacker. So that way we have a one-on-one with the safety and the running back. For power and counter and kick, well, I'll talk about power and counter first. So if we run power left here, we got our kick out here. We got a man block. We got to make sure we win this man block. We got to push. We got to chip. We got to wheel and seal. We got to pull through and block the linebacker. As I said before, these linebackers, they trigger really, really fast. So we got to make sure that we're ready to make contact in the hole with them. Sorry if you hear background noise, that's my dog chewing on his bone. If we run counter, we got a man block. We're going to say 7-7-7. We got a push, a chip, working up to the backside backer. We got a pull, kick out the 7, pull, knee through, wheel and seal on the backside. Now, something new this week. If we run jet or toss this week, if we run jet or toss, not sweep. Sweep, we're going to run it the same way that we normally do. But if we run jet or toss, which are out like really outside run plays, sweep is meant to go right off the tackle's butt like that. But toss and jet, they're meant to go way outside. So if we call jet or toss this week, what we're going to do is that we're going to man the forward technique. We're going to man the nose, and we are going to pull both of our guards for the linebackers. So pretty simple. Play side guard is responsible for play side linebacker. So you're going to pull outside the tackle and hopefully the H, but pretty much you're going to where this linebacker is going. Same thing with this backside guard. You're pulling, you're trying to get outside everything as well, but you have your eyes on this linebacker trying to see where he goes. Wherever he goes, you go and try to get a hand on him. A really crucial block is this play side guard, making sure you get this play side backer and trying to get a hand on him. Wherever he goes, you go. Now, if this linebacker steps up to blitz, this linebacker steps up here, then obviously you're not going to pull, and now you're just going to scoop block him like you normally would. Even if you think if he's standing here, because what they'll do, they'll stand about 3 yards off the ball. Even if you think if he looks like he's about to blitz, okay, just go run at him. Just go run at him instead of pulling, because we don't want this guy. We don't want this guy running through and making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, so if he's backed off like he normally would, then you can pull. You'll say yo yo yo, and you'll pull out. But if he's stepped up, or if he's closer to the line of scrimmage, or you think that he's going to blitz, then just don't pull and just go attack him, and you essentially have a man block as well. Still with this man block tackles for jet and for toss, you got to know that this play is going outside. So for you, it's like a scoop block, but it's on a head up technique instead of someone on your outside shoulder. This is a scoop block. You're trying to get your head on the play side armpit and run him off the ball. We still want to make sure we get our head on the correct side. This should be an easy block for us, getting our head on the play side. And then obviously for jet and toss, still the backside tackle, you can still rip release inside, because this play is going to be way out. For jet, that's jet and toss. For sweep, we're going to still do our normal thing where we're going to do chip blocks and scoop blocks as normal, because that's an off tackle play. But for toss and jet, they'll be different. Sweep is the same. Pass protection, we will fan out on these backers when they're on. So if we run 50s or 90s, okay, we're fanning out. We got a one-on-one there with the nose and the center, and we'll fan out. A back is responsible for the 2 inside backers. Now, same thing, guards. If you think that if these backers are creeping up, they're stepping up and they're getting tight, you can say off, off, off. Make sure you're nice and loud so the A-back knows that he's going outside. Okay. Very seldom do they bring both inside backers. They typically only bring one. Another thing I want to talk about is what to do if they eagle. I have a feeling when we go into our 30 personnel here with our 2 H-backs in the backfield, that what they're going to do to answer that is that they're going to eagle down. They're going to bring their safeties up in the box just like this, and they're going to play it kind of like this. So let's talk about our plays against an eagle front. So if we run kick, what we'll do, so let's say we're running kick to the right. We got our down block. We got our down block. We got a chip. We got a push, the backside backer. We got a down block. We got a kick. And then we got to pull through on the inside backer right there. Okay, so down, down, chip, push, down, kick, pull through. Okay. Next thing, if the eagle down here, let's say we run, let's say if we run toss to the right. So now this is where we got a scoop out here on this linebacker. Now, I know I said that we're going to pull on jet or toss here, but if you have a guy in your gap, like if you got a 3 technique, you got to block him. Okay. Here we could man the nose and pull the backside guard because he doesn't have a guy in his gap really. And then we're scooping that guy. And then these guys are leading up as well. So if you have a 3 technique in your gap guard, you can't pull, you got to block that guy because no one else is going to be able to block him besides you. What else do we run out of this? So if it's going to be really hard to run fan out of this if they eagle down because it's going to be there, it's going to be there, 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 there. It's going to be hard for these H's to really get inside here. They might have to bow out. So if they eagle down against us when we're in psycho, we're probably not going to be able to run fan. Trying to think what else we got here. So yeah, let's talk about trap. We didn't talk about trap, I don't believe. So if we run trap, we're kicking the 4. We're going to rip release inside or take easiest route to the linebacker. I think for us, it's going to be inside. We got our push, our chip, working the backside backer. We got our pull kick out, or wheel and seal on the backside. And I think trap should be a really good play for us as well, as long as we get our head on the inside upfield shoulder. These guys do get hands on, but they do have a tendency to run upfield as well and kind of forget their responsibility. So I think trap can be a good play for us if we get on our guys the way we're supposed to. Once again, these guys, they don't do a lot of X splitzes like we do. They don't do a lot of games with their outside backers and their ends. They typically just play a base 3-4, and they might bring a linebacker every once in a while, or they'll step them up really close into the B gap and then just shoot the B gap on the snap of the ball. Pretty simple. I think we should be really good with this, especially if you watch this video and you know the blocks. So I'll see you guys this week.